that field, and it's usually on special teams. There's a new stat in the CFL. In the past, we've made those plays. So far this year, we haven't.
So Marvin Pope makes his way slowly to the Calgary sideline. And this is the time for the Saskatchewan offense to do something, anything.
Yeah, you would think that it would come with something right here that they haven't shown the entire ball game. You have packages that you work on throughout the week that you know are going to work in situations. This is getting close to an area called the red zone or the green zone, scoring territory. There's a package of plays that you only use down there. This would be a great opportunity to use one of those.
Offensive coordinator Gary Hoffman looks on. Jeff Traversy takes Pope's place. First down, Saskatchewan at the Calgary 32. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Play action, look out! Ken Leonard gets there. The ball is loose. Halfback blitz, and Calgary gets it right back.
What a play by Ken Leonard. It's the halfback blitz. You heard on the screen they were calling hammer, 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 but Reggie Slack didn't hear it. That's the call. Ken Leonard's going to time it up perfectly and come from the backside. He's right here on the top of your screen, and he is not touched. John Terry doesn't see him coming, and he hits Slack right in the middle of the back.
And you know, we got exactly what we wanted. We got a play from Saskatchewan they hadn't used the whole game, the play-action pass, but Calgary in turn came with something they hadn't shown the whole game, the halfback blitz from the weak side.
Anthony McClanahan recovers the fumble. Calgary has it now at its own 35-yard line. Garcia quickly to Terry Vaughn. Look out, the big people live in there.
Terry Vaughn on the reception, bringing it back.
Henry Newby and company love picking those guys apart.
Boy, Ken Leonard, you know, in training camp, he had a real challenge on his hands. There was about 4 guys trying out for his job. He beat them all out, had to prove himself again. He has done that, and what a year he's having. A couple interceptions, 4 knockdowns, and a big play tonight in this game.
Ken Leonard with an interception in the first half, and now a big play in the second. 2nd and 7, Stampeders. Garcia over the middle. Has his man Travis Moore. He's got a first down up to the 50-yard line. Terrell Ulmer makes the stop. And a pumped up Jeff Garcia keeps the drive alive.
Good recognition by Jeff Garcia. Saw Lamar McGriggs vacate the middle area and come after the quarterback. Dump the ball to Moore coming underneath his outlet. And Moore does a great job because he realizes just short of first down, goes north and south, picks up the first down for his quarterback.
This Calgary offense has struggled too this year. The Stampeder offense has put up the 2nd fewest amount of points in the league this year. Reverse option. Garcia takes off. Oh my goodness. Terrell Ulmer had him lined up again. Garcia just able to sidestep him. And now Lamar McGriggs into a conversation in the Calgary bench. Marvin Pope and Lamar McGriggs are having it out down there.
It's a good decision by Jeff Garcia. He sees that his pitch back is taken, so he keeps the ball. I'm sure that Wally Bond would like to see him step out of bounds right there.
Pickup was 11.
McGriggs providing the pressure from the outside, and pretty good speed pursuit. Jeff Garcia, he can run.
Lamar McGriggs better pay attention. He was still jawing as Calgary came to the line. Back to the ground. Anderson He dives across the 45 to about the 44-yard line for a gain of 5. LeBrant Robinson, the 7-year veteran, came up to make the stop. Big LeBrant Robinson knocked down a couple of passes from Doug Flutie last week. Did a pretty good job there. Former Ottawa Roughrider out of Delaware State.
Had 8 sacks last season, and he's one of the big reasons that Bobby Jurison and those guys have success off the edge, because he demands double teams.
Garcia on play action. Lots of time. End over end pass. Terry Vaughn got a hand out of it. Patrick Burke shoots out from the defense. Pass ball's incomplete as Kenny Barrett has a laugh, and Calgary will send the kicking team on the field. And it looks like Mark McLaughlin's going to try a long field goal. This will be about a 52-yard try.
Full marks to Terry Vaughn for making an effort to go way up the ladder and try and get his hands on that ball, because he knows he's going to get hit when he does it.
And there's an injured player down for Saskatchewan, and it's Will Johnson, who's been nicked. He was out last week with a strained quadricep, but he's down once again tonight. Big Will has led the CFL in sacks twice in 91 and 94, a 5-time CFL All-Star. And a guy you know pretty well, Dave.
Yeah, he hit me in the head a few times. I think I dislocated my index finger on him in a game here one time. Of course, I had to set it in and go ahead and play, though, Gordon.
Well,
you wouldn't know anything about that.
Yes, that was after you got up in the morning, cut yourself shaving, and used alcohol to close the wound, right? Then walked uphill to the stadium in the snow.
Exactly.
There's Greg Marshall, one of the Saskatchewan assistants, a pretty good defensive lineman in his own right. Interesting that we were talking before the game with a number of coaches, including Greg Marshall, about the game between Hamilton and Toronto last night. Had Hamilton scored a touchdown on the final play of the game, it would have brought them within 1. They could have taken the convert and gone to overtime. Or they could have gone for 2 to go for the win. We were asking coaches, would you have gone for 2 or 1? Most of the coaches felt that going for 1 was the right play. Greg Marshall said 2, and Cal Murphy laughed and said, that's why you're not a head coach.
That was an interesting survey you had going throughout the whole part.
Cal asked me before the game, what would you do? I said, I'd go for 2. You got 1 shot to beat the Argos in their park. Go for 2. He says, you're off my list.
What I loved about it is when you got Wally Buono over there with Cal Murphy, and you were arguing with both of them about the merits of going for 2. And
what have they ever done?
And Wally looks at you and says, I think Cal's got a few more wins than you do, Gordon.
What have they ever done?
Hey, Gordon, we could have used you in Ottawa last year. Great.
Well, Cal Murphy looking good and enjoying his role as an assistant coach, but his career record as a head coach, 96, 65, and 3. Grey Cups galore with Winnipeg in 84, 88, and 90. As a general manager and as a coach, he won it in Edmonton in 84.
I had a chance to talk to Lamar McGriggs at length yesterday, and he couldn't talk enough about having Cal on the staff. He said that Cal's being a stabilizer. He's been a guy that's added levity to practice and in the locker room. He said that he's been one of the great additions, along with the Lamar McGriggs and the K.D. Williams. He's been as big an addition as one of the players.
Talking to Cal yesterday, I said, now, Cal, since it's the new relaxed you, does that mean you're going easy on the officials? Oh, no. He says, they're as bad as ever, he said. Will Johnson makes his way off the field slowly, and that would be a blow to the Saskatchewan defense. But right now, the focus is on Mark McLaughlin, who will attempt a 52-yard field goal to give Calgary an 18-point lead.
Mark McLaughlin on to
This would be McLaughlin's 5th of the game after a record-tying 8 in a game against Saskatchewan last year. From the 52, McLaughlin puts it up and good. It's Mark McLaughlin night one more time against Saskatchewan. Now an 18-point lead with 1:16 to play. McLaughlin's 5 for 5.
And if anybody had any doubts about Mark McLaughlin, he is back. And with a vengeance, this guy is really kicking with a lot of boys.
I mean, he's led the Canadian Football League in points 3 times. He's a professional, and Wally Buono had full confidence in the fact that Mark McLaughlin would jump back.
And now, on On the Saskatchewan sidelines, Kevin Mason has been warming up, but it'll be Reggie Slack who comes back out at quarterback for Saskatchewan, now down by 18.
You know, a lot of backup quarterbacks do that are itching to get in the ballgame or have started before. They go start loosening up a little bit.
Now,
They're looking for airtime is what they're doing.
Now, as the starter, what do you think of that?
Hey, you don't worry about it because you know he's not going in.
If you're Dave Archer. From the 35, Slack. Under pressure. Almost intercepted. William Hampton almost had his first CFL pick. I think that ball hit him. They were looking over there for Curtis Mayfield.
You know, in fairness to Reggie Slack, who's having a rough night tonight, he has been under tremendous pressure from this defensive front four from Calgary. And again on this play, gets consistent pressure pretty much from all four. You see Marvin Pope pulled under, and Jeff Traversy's chasing him down. And Reggie Slack has been on the run throughout this game.
Second down. Now Slack goes to the shotgun where he's not as comfortable. Look out. Gets away from Pope. But he can't beat the rest of them. Dwayne Patterson got there a gain of 5. They'll be well short of a Saskatchewan first down.
Marvin Pope working on Gene Makowski and just using his speed to his advantage on the outside. But this front four's been criticized this year a little bit about letting down in the third and fourth quarters, and they certainly haven't tonight.
And Dwayne Patterson comes in to finish it off. Paul McCallum will punt once more. And a little face mask at the end of that. Oh. McCallum with a great kick. Drives Terry Vaughn all the way back to the 16-yard line. Vaughn gets out to the 30. A 54-yard punt. A return of 14. And the stop made by Rick Walters as McCallum, who boomed a 76-yarder last week, uncorks a 54-yarder here tonight.
14 yards on the return by Vaughn. First down.
And back to work goes Jeff Garcia. Where does he like to throw the football? Well, as you might expect for a right-handed quarterback, most of his attempts are to the right side of the field. He's 3 for 9 to his left. This should be the final play of the third quarter. Garcia in the shotgun. Quick drop has Terry Vaughn. No catch. Benson Donaldson there on the coverage. He hasn't had much business tonight. It'll be second and long for Calgary to open the fourth quarter. Right now, stand by as we send you back to our CFL Live Control Center.
Welcome back. Friday Night Football. After 3 quarters, McLaughlin's getting his kicks. Calgary's D has Reggie on the run, and because of it, Les Brown, once again, Saskatchewan's defense has to pick up the slack, if you will. That D has got to be getting tired.
That's a good pun, you man. Pick up the slack.
It's
you need to pick him up and take him out. But anyway,
sure.
Saskatchewan's only put together 5 first downs, which means they've had a ton of 2 and outs, which means that defense has been on the field a lot this game. They probably, I'd estimate about 80 plays probably this game, or over 80 plays that they've been on this field. And they look like a very tired unit out there.
Well, I think Reggie looks tired.
It comes to play right here. Garcia scrambles. He bumps into his own man, and they still can't get him down. Number 46 has his hands on him twice and doesn't get him. When you're tired, fatigues make cowards of us all. A great coach once told us. And that's what's happening here. This team is really tired.
They're having trouble tracking him down, that's for sure.
I can't believe that Jim Daly hasn't gone to the bullpen yet for Kevin Mason. Reggie looks tired, in my opinion. And not even tired. He's just inept tonight. Let's face it.
Marty, your little sink here is coming true because they are going to the bullpen, and Mason probably will come back out in this next series.
Well, listen, every once in a while, you guys know I like to go out and make a goofy prediction, right? Well, I'm going to make one now. I say Saskatchewan comes back in this game. I know there's no logical reason to suggest it, but I'll say this: that Calgary has
Calgary for you a couple times before. Give it a shot.
Calgary has blown leads in the fourth quarter twice this year, 2 times in their 3 games. Saskatchewan's come back in the fourth quarter twice in their 3 games. If they go to Mason, they still come back and win this game.
Marty, when you walked in here, I saw that horseshoe fall out of your pocket, though.
No, I have to refute that, Marty. That Calgary front four is playing their best game of the year. They've given pressure all night, and I don't know if he can bring him back because I think the Calgary team's playing their best game of the year this year, and McLaughlin's kicking the ball like they expect him to.
You make sense, Bob, but call it a hunch. I guess I have a feeling.
Yeah, it seems hard to imagine, but yes, the CFL has shown us that heading to the fourth quarter, anything indeed can happen.
Right.
But 18 huge points for Saskatchewan. We head back to McMahon Stadium now and join Gord, Glenn, and David, guys.
Yes, under the full moon, Jeff Garcia on second and long. Garcia's got a long way to go, but you know what? He might have gotten there. He dives out to the 40.5 and needed the 41 for a first down. He's got a gain of close to 10, and we'll see if he did get the first down, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Procedure will be the call against Calgary.
Let me tell you something. Jeff Garcia is not going to last too long.
Legal procedure, Calgary, number 59, second down, repeat it.
And procedure call again against Rocco Romano.
Making a living doing that. I played with some quarterbacks that could run, Randall Cunningham being one, and that catches up with you. Randall got hurt a few times because he didn't get down. Not only does he get hammered, is they lose the yardage he picked up.
Second and 15 now. Garcia, lots of time. Steps up. Oh, and almost had his man there. Vince Danielson close to the first down marker. Good hard throw by Garcia, but Danielson couldn't handle it, and Calgary will punt.
Saskatchewan plays a 4-deep zone defense on this second and long situation, and Vince Danielson, who's a good receiver and finding the dead area in that zone, finds it, but Garcia just can't deliver it to him in the numbers, and Danielson can't come up with the catch for him.
Hate to sound like a broken record, but the Saskatchewan D does it again.
They're hanging in there.
Martino to punt. Denal and Rod Harris are back deep. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for catching punts, Rod Harris would forget what the football looks like. Almost blocked by Ricky Walters. Ball bounces now to Harris. And he takes a hard hit from Roger Wrightson as he gets out to the 45-yard line. Here are the numbers through 3 quarters. 112 net yards for the Saskatchewan Roughriders and 4 turnovers. Well, we have a moment. Here's Lisa Bowes.
Thanks, Gordo. Well, Sigute, owner of the Stamps, joins me now, and I was going to ask you, how have Calgarians responded to this team's 0-3 start? I think we've got our answer right here tonight.
Well, I think, if you look around, you know, this is a completely unprecedented crowd, and quite frankly, I've never seen a wave in a CFL stadium for a long time. Being 0-3 really doesn't bother me that much, Lisa, because, you know, we've got 18 games to this schedule, and we've played 3 and we've lost them, yeah. But I don't mind being 15-3 at the end of the season.
The owner sounds positive, Gordo. Thanks, Sig.
Super, thanks.
And Saskatchewan goes to the bullpen. Kevin Mason comes out slinging for the Saskatchewan Roughriders and hits Mr. Fourth Quarter Dan Farthing as Mason comes in off the bench for Saskatchewan. He was the starter when Slack got hurt in the preseason. He opened the year as the Saskatchewan starter.
How impressive was that? He comes in, drops straight back, and throws a bullet about 15 yards downfield to push the drive down the field.
First down to the 50 after a 15-yard gain. Now Mason, good catch by Sean Daniels, the fullback. Daniels picks up 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3, and Reggie Slack goes to the bench. 8 of 19, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and I'll tell you what, there have been some ugly nights for quarterbacks in the league lately. Think of Tracy Ham last night against Edmonton in that 32-0 loss, but Saskatchewan needs production from the quarterbacking position, whoever is going to provide it.
Already 2 great decisions by Mason. Sees man coverage the first time, drills it down the field. This time he sees zone, drops it off underneath.
Now second and short. Gives it off to Mims. And this time Mims runs north-south, gets the first down to the 38-yard line, and Saskatchewan is off and moving.
It's amazing what a quarterback coming off the bench does for a team. It seems to energize them. It's almost a new life, a new guy coming in. Hey, here's a guy, maybe he can create something for us. And when a quarterback comes out and makes 2 great throws to start a series off, really the rest of the offense just jumps on his back. Hey, let's go.
Kevin Mason followed Don McPherson as the quarterback at Syracuse University. Both those guys found their way to the CFL. First down, Mason. Guns it, has Farthing. And here goes Dan Farthing. Dragged down at the 5-yard line. Dan Farthing does it again. Last week against Toronto, this week against Calgary. Now a
runs the curl. Farthing catches up with the ball and takes off.
It comes back. It's all coming back as the call goes against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. There was a late flag on the play. I believe an eligible man downfield was the call against Saskatchewan. And as a result, it is now 20 yards to go. 1st and 20. A crushing penalty for Saskatchewan. A 45-yard difference. Now they're going deep. Rod Harris almost got there. And another flag comes down. This time in the Calgary defensive backfield. That's Rod Harris's favorite route, the corner route. And they just overthrew him, and now it's holding against Saskatchewan.
Holding. Saskatchewan, number 35. First down repeated.
Sean Daniels, the fullback, called for holding. 1st and 25.
Well, you're talking about shooting yourself in the foot, but what I'm impressed with Kevin Mason is he's come in off the bench and obviously been watching the way the offensive line's been blocking. He's staying in the pocket, not trying to scramble. He's finding the little holes, sliding within the pocket to make the throws. He just missed Rod Harris there.
They're 57 yards away from where Farthing was brought down 2 plays ago. On their own side of midfield. Mason, look out. Gets away. Oh, big block. Mason throws it over the middle of Dan Farthing and falls incomplete. I'll tell you what, Steve Anderson got flattened by a block, and Greg Knox then came up and made a big play on Farthing. Wow. Lots of bodies flying around out there, guys.
Well, what a move by Kevin Mason to get away. Here's Steve Anderson right here. Just follow him on this play. He gets hit late. Kevin Mason makes a miss right there and spins out. Now watch the hit he's going to get right there from John Terry. Now when you talk about pancakes, there's a pancake. A big pancake.
2nd and 25. And Mason under center. Fires it deep. William Hampton's there. Got the interception down to the 2-yard line. It's his first CFL interception, but you know what?
Yeah,
that's probably farther than McCallum could have punted it. 10.5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Calgary has the ball, and William Hampton has his first CFL interception.
More if you pitch.
Well, William Hampton's in there for an All-Canadian, Al Jordan, and just like Jordan, he picks off the pass. But, Dave,
I think Curtis Mayfield could have caught this ball. I think a great job by Mason to throw it up and let his receiver go get it. Curtis just misjudges the ball. And good for the young rookie. He's played a great game tonight.
The equivalent, though, of a 56-yard punt and no return. Calgary starts at its own 2. Garcia on play action. Slings it up top. Has a man. Joseph Rogers, the pass was underthrown and, in fact, was almost intercepted by Patrick Burke, the corner.
You want to see straight makeup speed from Patrick Burke. He just flat out gets on his horse and runs down Joseph Rogers. Now, the ball was thrown a little bit behind Rogers, but Patrick Burke does a good job of recovering.
I got to disagree with you on this one, Glenn, because this ball's underthrown. There's nobody on the field down there unless it's Terry Vaughn that's going to run with number 80. I played with him, and if you don't get it up quick, he's going to run out of sight. He just didn't get it up in time.
2nd down. Garcia over the top again, but Terry Vaughn broke off the route. Who was that for? Terry Vaughn or Travis Moore? The pass fell between them and incomplete.
Looked to me like Travis Moore was trying to run the wheel route, but Dale Joseph got to the spot where he was supposed to turn up before he did, and they ran into each other, so Travis Moore couldn't get up the field. It's going to be to your left of your screen. Moore's trying to run the out and up, and now Jeff Garcia has to throw it to the spot, but you see he's all tangled up with Dale Joseph.
Now Tony Martino back to punt. This is a spot where Wally Buono's been known to give up 2. Rod Harris standing at the Calgary 50. And Martino will do just that. He'll run around as long as he can. Flag comes down. Now this gets interesting. The flag comes down. He gives up 2. Looks like holding might be the call.
I got 4-4 and 3-5 holding.
2 guys.
For Calgary.
The daily double. Now, if you're Saskatchewan, you decline this and take the 2, right? Otherwise, Calgary just do it again and take more time off.
Holding. Calgary, number 35, declined. Safety touch.
That's where you hope the referee makes a mistake and implies it on the kickoff. So now they're going to kick off from the 5 or something like that.
But Wally Bono is telling his team to do that. He says, listen, hold, they won't take the penalty, and we'll kick it off after the safety.
Calgary gives up 2. Saskatchewan has 6. Back with more in the 4th quarter on Friday Night Football after this.